On October 26, 2018, the White House released a briefing statement regarding economy and jobs titled "The Trump Economy is Booming from Coast to Coast." That briefing statement said, "Recent reports show President Trump's economic policies are delivering results across the country." First news, Alabama. Alabama breaks record in employment job rates for the month of September. Alabama has once again broken their employment and job records rate for the month of September. Governor Kay announced wage and salary employment as well as the number of people counted as working reached a record high for the fifth month in a row. The governor added that Alabama's economy is supporting the most number of jobs in history. Associated Press. Arkansas unemployment rate hits record low 3.5%. The Arkansas Department of Workforce Services says unemployment in the state fell to 3.5% last month, the lowest level ever recorded. Associated Press. California unemployment rate falls to record low 4.1%. The good economic times keep rolling in California, where the jobless rate fell to a record low 4.1% in September, and the state's rural and agricultural areas are seeing historically low unemployment. Tampa Bay Business Journal, Florida. Florida's job growth continues upward trend. On Friday, the Florida Department of Economic Opportunity announced that Florida's private sector job growth continues to outpace the nation, and every county in Florida has experienced a drop in unemployment since December 2010. Florida's unemployment rate dropped to 3.5%, the lowest since February 2007. Atlanta Journal-Constitution, Georgia. Georgia job growth strong heading toward holiday hiring. The Georgia economy added 15,300 jobs in September, the best month for hiring so far this year, according to the state's labor department. The unemployment rate ticked down to 3.7%, the lowest level since early 2001. Associated Press. Idaho unemployment drops to 2.7%. Idaho's unemployment rate in September dropped to 2.7%. The Idaho Department of Labor on Friday says it's the 13th consecutive month Idaho's unemployment rate has been at or below 3%. Radio Iowa. Unemployment rate unchanged for September. Iowa's unemployment rate in September stayed at 2.5% unchanged from August. This is the lowest the unemployment rate in Iowa has been since of May of 2000. The left square bracket Iowa Workforce Development Right square bracket report shows the total number of working Iowans increased to 1,644,400 in September. That's 1,900 higher than August. There were 41,800 Iowans listed as unemployed in September. That's down from 50,000 1 year ago. Associated Press, Michigan. Michigan unemployment rate down to 4.0% in September. Michigan's unemployment rate fell by 0.1 of a percentage point to 4.0% in September. Bureau of Labor Market Information and Strategic Initiatives Director Jason Palmer says the state's unemployment rate has fallen by 0.7 of a percentage point since the beginning of the 2018, while payroll jobs have risen consistently throughout the year. Street Paul Pioneer Press, Minnesota. MN unemployment drops to 2.9%, lowest rate since 1999. Minnesota's unemployment rate fell to 2.9% in August, the lowest it has been in nearly 19 years. The rate was 3% in July, according to a report released Thursday by the Minnesota Department of Employment and Economic Development, or DEED. The last time the seasonally adjusted rate fell below 3% was in December 1999. Associated Press, Mississippi. Mississippi payrolls again hit new record high in September. Mississippi employer payrolls continued their march into record territory in September, as the state's unemployment rate stayed steady. The number of people on payrolls, economists' top labor market indicator, grew to a record 1.17 million in September, up barely from August's previous record. That's 20,000 jobs above September 2017. Springfield Business Journal, Missouri. Missouri unemployment rate at 18-year low. Missouri's September unemployment rate was 3.2%, its lowest level in more than 18 years, the Department of Economic Development announced this week. The unemployment rate decrease came as Missouri's non-farm payroll employment rose by 3,300 jobs in September. Job growth was led by durable good manufacturing, at 2,200 positions, construction, 1,300, accommodation and food services, 1,200, and transportation, warehousing and utilities, 1,200. Sydney Herald, Montana. State's unemployment at lowest rate in decade. Governor Steve Bullock announced last week that Montana's unemployment rate is at 3.6% for the month of September, down by a half percentage point since the start of the year and at the lowest rate in over a decade. Payroll employment posted a gain of 500 jobs in September, with 800 jobs gained in the private sector. Lincoln Journal-Star, Nebraska. Local. State unemployment rates fall slightly. Nebraska's unemployment rate in September was 2.8%, the same as in August and down from 2.9% in September 2017. Statewide, the number of people employed last month was up by nearly 10,000 compared with September 2017, while the number of jobs increased by more than 18,000. Jobs in manufacturing, which has been seeing a resurgence in the state, were up 5% statewide compared with a year ago. Northern Nevada Business View, Nevada. Nevada unemployment claims in September lowest since 1995. Initial claims for unemployment benefits in the state of Nevada have now hit their lowest point in 20 years. Left square bracket Department of Employment, Training and Rehabilitation. Right square bracket economist Jeremy Hayes said initial claims are now down 8.6%. Nearly 780 claims, over the past 12 months, and the average unemployment duration is down to 13.3 weeks compared to 13.5 weeks a year ago. New Hampshire Union Leader, New Hampshire. Unemployment rate remains 2.7% as labor force grows. The state's unemployment rate stood at 2.7% in September, unchanged from August, while the state's labor force continued to grow. The state reported 741,480 employed residents, an increase of 1,430 from the previous month and an increase of 14,090 from September 2017. Today, more people are working than at any other point in our state's history, and that's no accident, Governor Chris Sununu said in statement. Courier Post, New Jersey. New Jersey unemployment. State adds more jobs. New Jersey added 1,000 jobs in September, helping the unemployment rate stay steady at 4.2%, the State Department of Labor and Workforce Development said Thursday. The report marked the fifth consecutive month of job growth in the state. New Jersey added 58,000 jobs from September 2017 to September 2018, the Labor Department said, and the jobless rate has fallen from 4.7% to 4.2% during that time. Albuquerque Journal, New Mexico. NM jobless rate holds steady at 4.6%. New Mexico's unemployment rate held steady in September, remaining at the same 4.6% level it hit in August, according to the State Department of Workforce Solutions. The rate a year ago was 6%, but it has been steadily declining in recent months. The number of jobs in New Mexico grew by 2.3% during the past year. WEC, New York. NYS unemployment rate falls, reaches 30-year low. New York State's unemployment rate fell to 4.1% in September, reaching its lowest level since June 1988. The number of unemployed New Yorkers also fell over the month from almost 409,000 to 398,000. This is its lowest level since May 2001. The Associated Press, Ohio. Ohio. State unemployment numbers at an all-time high in September. State officials say the number of people working non-farm jobs in Ohio hit an all-time high in September with more than 5.6 million people employed. Ohio Department of Job and Family Services spokesman Brett Crow says Ohio added jobs at a 1.9% rate from September 2017 to September 2018, higher than the U.S. rate of 1.7% for that period. The Oregonian, Oregon. Oregon unemployment rate remains at record low amid an unusually tight job market. The state's job market was especially tight last month, with the number of recently unemployed people near historic lows. Oregon's unemployment rate remained at 3.8% in September, the lowest point since the state began keeping comparable records, according to data out Tuesday from the Oregon Employment Department. Times leader, Pennsylvania, has 4.1% unemployment rate unchanged. Jobs reach all-time high. Pennsylvania's unemployment rate of 4.1% was unchanged from August and remained the lowest rate since July 2000. But the better news is that the state's unemployment rate declined by 0.7 of a percentage point from September 2017 and jobs reached an all-time high. The number of employed Pennsylvanians rose by 15,000 in September to a record high of 6,134,000. The Associated Press, Rhode Island. Unemployment rate reaches lowest point in nearly 30 years. Rhode Island's unemployment rate ticked down to 3.9% in September, reaching its lowest point in nearly 30 years. The State Department of Labor and Training says it's 0.1 of a percentage point lower than in August and 0.2 of a percentage point higher than the national rate. The state's rate is 0.6 of a percentage point lower than a year ago. The Post-8 and Courier, South Carolina. SC jobless rate slips, hitting another all-time low. South Carolina's jobless rate hit another all-time low in September, slipping to 3.3% and keeping pressure on a tightening labor pool. The state's unemployment rate has dropped almost a full percentage point since this time last year, when unemployment sat at 4.2%. Clarksville, NOW, Tennessee. Unemployment holds steady across Tennessee. The state's seasonally adjusted unemployment rate of 3.6% in September mirrored the August 2018 rate and is just 0.3 of a percentage point higher than Tennessee's all-time low unemployment rate of 3.3%. Tennessee employers added 8,600 non-farm jobs between August and September, including 2,300 new positions in the manufacturing industry. Over the past 12 months, non-farm employment has increased by 63,900 jobs. The Glen Rose reporter, Texas. Texas unemployment rate falls to record low. Texas seasonally adjusted unemployment rate fell to 3.8%, down from 3.9% in August 2018 and setting a new record for the lowest unemployment rate recorded in 4 decades. The Texas economy added 15,600 seasonally adjusted non-farm jobs in September. Annual employment growth for Texas was 3.3% in September, marking 27 consecutive months of annual growth. Deseret News, Utah. Job growth up in Utah by 3.6% in September. Utah's economy added more than 53,000 jobs over the past 12 months, a new report shows. The State Department of Workforce Services Friday stated that non-farm payroll employment grew by an estimated 3.6% from September 2017 to last month. Richmond Times-Dispatch, Virginia. Virginia's jobless rate in September drops to its lowest point since June 2007. Virginia's unemployment rate dropped slightly in September to 2.9%, its lowest point since June 2007. The state's jobless rate in September was down from 3% in August and 3.6% a year ago in September, the Virginia Employment Commission reported Friday. The Associated Press, Wisconsin. Wisconsin unemployment below 3% for 8th month. Wisconsin's unemployment rate notched an 8th straight month under 3% prior to last year. Wisconsin's unemployment rate never dropped below 3%. The record was set in April when it dipped to 2.8%.